Okay, so now we're going to quickly go to your notes and do box plot. So I believe it should be page 109 in your journal. Okay, so box plots are another type of graph you've never seen before. This little logo up here somewhat symbolizes a box plot. And it's based on a set of 5 numbers called the 5-number summary. Okay, and these 5 numbers are made up of the minimum, the maximum, the median, the first quartile, and the third quartile. And we'll talk about what each of those mean, okay? So when you're creating a box plot, the very first thing you do every single time is put your numbers in numerical order. Okay, so if you need to pause your video right now to do that, go right ahead. You should have 17 numbers on your list. Okay, so now you look at your list and say, what is the very smallest number here? It is a 4. And that is your minimum. That is your smallest number. Okay, so I'm going to go down here to my number line at the bottom, and I'm going to put a dot above the 4. It's not on the number line. It's not right on that number line this time. It's above it. Okay, because we're going to be creating a graph from that. Okay, your maximum is the largest number in your data set, and that is a 30. So you're going to go right down to your graph again, and you're going to put a dot above the 30. Okay, that's 2 of your numbers. Those are the minimum and maximum. So from that, you can figure out your range is 26. Okay, now we're going to start with our median. So I marked them out in pairs, remember? I'm going to box this one. I'm going to triangle this one. Maybe I'll put a heart here. I'll put an X over this one. I'll underline that one. Go back to a circle there. My median is 15. Okay, now your median, we're going to go ahead and write this in here, in this little circle here, is a 15. And I'm going to go down here to my 15, and I'm going to draw a line straight up and down just above my number line there. That is your median. All right, so now I wrote some of this on here for you already. But you're going to take the lower half of the numbers. That means every number that is left of your median, that's on the left side, and you're going to write them in numerical order. And then over here, you're going to write all of the numbers that are to the right of your median in numerical order. So I should have 8 numbers over here and 8 numbers over here. All right. So I have my minimum. We still include the minimum and my maximum, but my median is right there. Okay, so what we're going to do now is find the median of this lower set of numbers over here. Okay, so I have 8 numbers. That means my median is probably going to be between 2 of them, unless they're the same. So I mark out these 2. I mark out these 2. I mark out these 2. Uh-oh, my median is between those 2. But you know what? It's a 6 and a 6. So my median, there's nothing else between them besides 6. Okay. So that median of the lower half is called the first quartile, or Q1. We label it Q1 when we're building our box plot, but the name of it is the first quartile. So it's at 6. So when I go down here to my graph, just like I did with my median, I'm going to draw a line right there just above the 6. Okay, we're going to do the same thing over here to my third quartile. I'm going to find it. I'm going to find the median of this upper half of the numbers. Uh-oh, did I have all my numbers there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Uh-oh, did I skip something? Oh. Okay, never mind, it's 2 of them. I'm just counting too fast in my head here. All right, the fourth one is between 22 and 24. Okay, so I add them together and I divide by 2 to figure out what is right in the middle. But because these numbers are very, very close together, it's easy to tell that median is a 23. So that is called quartile 3, but we'll label it as Q3 on our number line here, okay? Just going to draw my line right there. Now these make up the 5 numbers of my 5-number summary here. And that's what we use to build our box plot. The minimum, maximum, my median, and my first and third quartile. Now, my median is also called the second quartile. Okay, but we're going to create this now. We're going to take these lines between quartile 1 and quartile 3. I'm going to connect them. They make a box. Then we're going to draw this. It used to be called a box and whisker plot because these little things over here look like whiskers. Okay, so we can label this now. Your 4 is the minimum. I'm going to put MIN. Your 30 is the maximum. Your median is a 15. And then quartile 1 is your 6. Quartile 3 is your 23. Okay, now what this does, it takes all 17 of my numbers, and my median was one of them, and it tells me there are 8 numbers in my data set that are left of that median and 8 over to the right. But it breaks these down. A fourth of my numbers in my data set, doesn't matter how clustered they are or how far apart they are, but a fourth of my numbers are in this little range, are between 4 and 6. A fourth of my numbers fall between 6 and 15. 1/4 of my numbers fall between 15 and 23. And 1/4 of my numbers here are between 23 and 30. Okay, so that's what a box plot does. It just shows you, it divides up this big amount of data into fourths. It shows you that half of your information, half of all of your numbers on your original list up here are between 6 and 23. Okay, it tells you the median, and then it gives you where those quadrants are here, your quartiles. Now, there's one more thing at the bottom. The interquartile range, that's the IQR, and it can be done on box plots, but it can also be done on other plots. But what all that means is the difference between quartile 1 and quartile 3. So we said our range of our whole graph was, 26, because it was 30 minus 4. Well, this time, we're doing the range between here and here, that range of that middle box. So it's 23 minus 6, so my IQR is 17. My interquartile range is a 17.